Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough on how to set up your GMB. This is going to be a basic tutorial, so if you're experienced with any of this stuff, you could probably skip to another chapter. This is just straightforward how to do it, how to set it up, and the basic tips. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so basically the first thing you want to do here is once you've logged into Google My Business, which is business.google.com. Once you log in, you create your account, you're going to go right here and add a location. So the first step you're going to pass through here is just typing in your name. So basically what it's going to do is do a check first to see if there's an actual profile created, because sometimes Google creates these accounts already for you. Well, for you as in automated, because you've been registered through different directories and stuff like that, and sometimes your data gets pulled by bigger aggregators, they call it, that basically kind of create the accounts for you. So we're going to do a search first. This is just the account I'm registering right now. So basically what it's asking you here is, do you have a store that or location that basically someone can actually visit? Because there's two ways of doing GMB. One is, let's say your home-based business or a place where people do not come to you and you do not want to show that address. You want to click here no, because then what's going to do is going to hide your business from being shown. But in this case I'm going to put yes. And now just to touch on that, it is a big disadvantage to not put it, because especially if you're trying to rank locally, you want to have a location if possible. Even if you don't really want customers to come, it's to a disadvantage to you to rank locally when you do not have an address. Just because there's certain stuff you have to do, certain like citations that basically pull data from different websites. That citations is basically your name, address, and phone number that push signals to Google that tell you, hey, this is a business that's local. So the address, I don't know my own address here yet for this location. Now the one thing I want to mention here is very, very, very important that you copy and paste the exact way you type out your address. In later tutorials you'll understand when we go through citations that basically everything needs to be consistent, because an address that's, let's say, spelled out, suite S-U-I-T-E versus S-T-E period is two different kinds of addresses. Even stuff like spaces and no spaces and spelled out streets, it's about being consistent, because it could be a different business, although it probably isn't. That's just how Google looks at this stuff, because it does get hard to really distinguish different businesses when things are not accurate. And it's just part of doing good, proper SEO, and it's all about who is the best and most accurate information, because if your address is wrong everywhere, it's most likely a lot of things is wrong with your business, at least online I should say. So it picked up another address because we have more than one business located in this address. You can put no, this isn't match. Do you also serve customers outside the location? Yes, we do. Add areas you serve, optional. You can list service areas below. They will show up on your listing. Huh, this is a new one. That's great. So this is new. Interesting. Let's do Doral. I'll have to see how this works out, because this is pretty new. I've never seen that, which is awesome. Let's see. Let's keep it to that for now. We could add more later. So choose a kind of best fits your business best. Now this part is very, very important, that you pick one main category that your business falls into. Let's say you're a plumber or well, plumber would be a plumber. What's a hard one? Let's say you're just an attorney for families. There's only one category for attorneys. Or maybe you're a insurance agent. There might be just something called insurance, and it might be car insurance. You always have to do a search and find the one that's best for your main category. You can always have more than one, but you want to pick the one that's your main one because that's the one that's going to be your most traffic and most business going to come through. So in our case, we're a marketing agency, but this particular business is geared towards construction companies. So the phone number, and again, you want to make sure it's the correct phone number. You're going to have all over the place. You know, if you're going to use the 800 number as your main number, make sure you put that first. So if you don't have a website yet, for whatever reason, you can also don't need a website, which you do need a website if you want to be ranking online. Or you can get a free one. There's a free builder that comes with Google. There's also a great temporary website you can use. So let's say if you're gonna have that you don't have the budget for right now, or having somebody build it, for the 30 days or something like that to really generate some business. You can also just go ahead and just create a temporary site. Just put up your logo, some images, some pictures, and that's it. Just to have something up. So now you're going ahead and verify your business, and there's several ways this is probably going to come up, and it's going to tell you the next step how this one is going to work. Let's see. There used to be stuff in the mail a lot of the time, but I believe it's going to be different. Postcard in the mail. Okay, so yeah, they're still doing that. So they're going to, let's see, more options. Verify later. So let's just go ahead and fill out here. Sometimes they do it over the phone. They'll send you a phone number. Let me see, sorry, a phone call. So let's just do the mail option, and you can also verify later if you want to come back and do this, but you should just go ahead and get that stuff in the mail. They're typically pretty fast in getting this stuff out. So right now it's on the way, but you can still go ahead and set up your profile in the meantime. So let's click continue. So you see here it's pending verification. It should be here by the 13th. It gives you a great little score here of 50%, which tells you haven't really set up all your information. So, and this is stuff that's very important to really do. Again, you want to make sure this is 100% filled out as much as possible. So let's start right here. So we're closed on weekends. It's the Monday. I think if you do this one first, I think it might copy to the other ones. Let's see. 10 a.m. to 6. No. Let's just copy and paste. Oh. So as again, you always want to be consistent, because I've seen other places where, it's, let's say 5 o'clock some places. By some places I mean other websites like, let's say, Yelp or Angie's List and stuff like that, where they all ask you for, addresses. Phone, dates and days of the week and hours. It's all about being consistent with any profile you do. It's always good to have a document created that, keep you consistent. If it's a problem, you can also hire people to do this type of stuff. We do that also, but basically you just want to make sure that everything's consistent across the board, because there's lots of ways that Google checks it and other websites checks it. Like, what's that thing called? I'll come back to that a little bit later. But there's a lot of verification sites that, like Yext. Yext is one of them. That basically you do a check. That's why it's important, because all these things are created that basically checks for consistency, and you can get degraded because of those reasons. Let's see, phone number here, appointment or URL. So let's say you have an appointment system where it's appointments to come out and see you. Maybe you're a hairstylist and stuff like that. You want to set appointments. You want to go ahead and create an appointment URL right here. So, whether it's on your website or a certain system you're using online, like Calendly, stuff like that. You're going to create a link that goes straight to that. Services, you want to go ahead, this is something that's fairly new, where you can go ahead and fill in some services with some information, some prices and description. I'm just going to go ahead and fill in one for right now, just for the purpose of this video. Let's see, basic SEO. Just throw out a price right here. Oh, this is the name, sorry. This is actually a section name, so let's call it services. And that's what I'm gonna add for right now. I'm gonna come back to that later. But you can go ahead and just add everything, you know, if you're, you know, a stylist or whatever it is, plumber, or you know, roofer. You can go ahead and just put a basic listing. You don't have to put the pricing in there, but it's good for SEO purposes to go ahead and have a listing so Google understands your business, and just go ahead and put in, you know, some basic services. So if you're a plumber, let's say drain, emergency services, stuff like that. Attributes, so that's just certain things like that can highlight your business. You can go ahead here and Google will tell you a bit more about that information. But let's say if you're a veteran or women-led business, you can go ahead and add these different things. Business description is up to 750 characters. Just basically describe your business. So just gonna go ahead and type something out. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this whole thing again. I'm just trying to move this through quickly just so you have a basic idea. We are a full service digital marketing company that construction industry such as roofers, go ahead and hit apply. Opening date, the year your business started. This particular business that I'm setting up right now is actually just launched. As far as the actual creation of this particular business, I don't have the exact date we created this one, but let's just go ahead and just throw that in there. That could always be updated later. Now adding some photos. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw in some images. Well, actually the first one's a logo. Let's see which one should we use. Let's just throw in this one. Oh, what's going on, Google? Okay, I guess it did go through. It's not very the best logo. I'm gonna come back and edit that out, but I don't want to keep this going. And basically just there's different types of images you can use. There's the inside the office, exterior of the office, location, maybe at work, some type of stuff being on the job, your team. You go ahead and fit pictures of your team, in videos, and the general overview is the main image. And you want to have as much stuff as possible filled out. The more images the better, because once you get your stats set up in this area here, you'll even see a lot of people just check out your business. You might think that, oh, people don't look at my images and stuff like that, but you'll see that people check out images a lot. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of clicks to some of our images, and I'm like, why are you even looking at that stuff? But people do it. They go through your profile because they want to get to know you and see basically how you are, how you look. And images, everything. I mean, these days people look at every little detail and see whether they want to do business with you. Let's see. So website, I think that's just our website. Oh no, this is creating an actual Google website, which is something that we're not doing. How to get back out of here? Well, as you can see, it created a nice little gallery already here for me. It pulled out my information, address, my service areas. If I did add stuff to my gallery, it'd probably show here. Some more information, and it's pretty quick to set up. It's a pretty decent website to set up if you don't already have one. Let's see. You can also go ahead here and create an ad if you want to run some ads. That's something that's it's an advanced tutorial that we'll cover probably later. Messaging. You can also set up text messages to be come in. That's a very new feature that they're having. Basically, people can just send you messages to your phone. Well, they won't do it from their phone, but they'll be through the website that they can send you messages. Some people like that type of stuff, because it's faster communication, and some people are just very techy and find those things. Reviews. If you had reviews, if this is a older account, you can basically will have some reviews already set up right here, and you can see the reviews, respond to the reviews. Insights. This is basically where all your stats would be. How many people called you, how many people got directions, how many people look at your profile. All that type of data would be in here. So go back here, services, appointments, that's filled up, marketing agency. So under this tab right here, basically you can add some more subcategories. We will put, let's see what else they have in here for us. Search. No. Digital marketing. Web design. So you want to add a few categories, no more than 4, well 3 extra categories. And they want to be as specific, as close to what it is you're doing. Don't go outside of what you do. If you're a lawyer, don't go adding, I don't know, painting services is, something that you do. You don't want to confuse Google. And that's just a bad example. But, there's a lot of business that do that. Or let's say you do t-shirts, but now you're doing web design. It kind of throws off different weird signals to Google. Labels, you don't really have to worry about this stuff here. If you were a big chain store, you can enter a store code here, like if you're Publix and stuff like that, you would add that here. This is for when you're setting up your ads. You have an extension specific, let's say you have a different number for your ads, you can go ahead and set that extension up here. And that's basically it for setting up your Google My Business post page. And this one thing I want to go over here, this is another great feature that the Google has now. It's kind of like, you're on Facebook, you do little updates. Now they have that kind of stuff for business where you post about, let's say, special promotions, events, specials, just stuff about your business. It's good for SEO to keep doing posting regularly, because Google looks at that stuff, and the more signals you throw out, and have them optimized with certain content and certain keywords, it does bring some traffic and boost you up. Yeah, so let's go back and I'll actually try and show you an account that has a bit more data in it. Let's go to this one. So you see, since this is filled out, you can see a bit more information. You see the amount of views, the amount of searches, activity, how much people saw the video in the maps, how much was on searches. You know, here's your reviews. Some of this you can see here, people are posting stuff right here. Some of the content other competitors are posting. And here you go to the insights. And here it's going to show you some of your main keywords. This is mostly geared towards the map area, not your actual website too much. So the biggest searches were for palette. Look at the difference between palettes and and palette. I would typically type in palettes in my opinion, but that's how that's how you can tell. You can never really be sure what people are thinking about as far as what's important to them. This was always good to get data. Data really tells you the real story, what's going on. You see directly people going directly to your business, via discovery. Here's some stats. It shows you over time, the dates, how everything is going. How many visits you got, how many directions, how many people called you, direction requests, and you can see here where everybody was coming from, I believe. United States. Oh, why is it from United States? How many phone calls, how many views. Look, you see this? This is how much views he's getting on this profile. 1.2 thousand compared to businesses like this one. So he's doing really, really good here as far as the visits they're getting. See, 57 more views than similar businesses. That's because you have really good images. People love it. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions regarding this, just go ahead and give us a comment. And if you liked it, go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to this channel, and basically, yeah, let's keep this going. We have lots more tips to come, and I hope you like this video. Thank you.